and it's all about waiting for the right times. 20 for 80, this is a concept I talked about a video or two ago, but it comes from the Pareto distribution, which is like in any organization. It's like it's this phenomenon that's been showing up throughout history in so many different areas, and I don't think it's really explainable. There have been theories and stuff, but no like scientific consensus or anything. So like in nature, 20% of the lakes, 10 to 20% of the lakes and rivers will have 80 to 90% of the mass. In this universe, 10 to 20% of the stars will have 80 to 90% of the mass. Um, uh, Trading, successful traders, 10 to 20% of the traders will make 80 to 90% of the gains. Um, I mean, think about fields and areas in life where this shows up. Shows up in nature, shows up in psychology. Um, in any given city, major U.S. city at least, like like the worst criminal offenders, it's only like 10, like out of all the criminals, like only like 1 to 10% of the criminals are the ones who are responsible for 80 to 90% of the crimes. On Twitter, I think like 1% of the people make like 90% of the tweets or something like that. So it's like this thing just shows up everywhere, and it shows up. How it applies to my trading is that I look at 80 to 90% of the times it's not optimal, and I say like dime a dozen times where I have to put in 80% effort to make 20% results. But if I can wait for those 10 to 20% of times that are really optimal for trading, that is when I will make 80 to 90% of my returns, kind of like today. Um, and I'm very specific about those times, and I define them. They're in my trading plan. I've shown my trading plan on this YouTube channel before, but if you're curious about how to make a trading plan, just message me on Discord.